Hey guys! So if you have followed my channel for any length of time, you know that I don't do monthly TBRs, mainly because I'm a mood reader and I find that halfway through the month I no longer want to read the books on my TBR and just either don't read them or read them and don't end up liking them. However, I have recently realized that I also really like making readathon TBR videos, mainly for the added peer pressure factor. I think when I kind of put my reading plans out there for you guys to see, I feel more obligated to use my time efficiently and make more time for reading so that I can accomplish the reading I said I would. I also have realized that TBR videos cut down on the stress of picking what to read next, which might sound like I'm taking reading way too seriously, but hear me out for a second. Every time I finish a book, I sit down on the end of my bed, which is right behind where you guys are now, and I look back here at my shelves and think to myself, okay, so you have about 120-ish unread books. What do you want to read next? Just like trying to figure out what I'm gonna watch next on Netflix, I find this kind of overwhelming and a little bit stressful. So by creating TBR videos, I've already preset my reading and I just don't have to think about it. I realize this is a bit contradictory to what I just said about being a mood reader, but I don't know why. It's just really working for me lately. So today I thought I would do a seasonal TBR, a fall TBR of things that I would like to read between now and, say, the end of November. Yes, I realize that was a very long-winded explanation for just, hey, I'm doing a TBR video, but anyways, I'm going to start off with the 3 books that I definitely have to read in the next couple of months, starting with Avenue of Spies by Alex Kershaw. Now, I won't talk about the plot of this one because I've mentioned this in so many videos recently. I just picked it up for the Underhyped Reads Readathon and got a whopping 10 pages into it. I do have to review this one for the Blogging for Books program, though, by the end of this month, so this one will definitely be read in September. Then I will be picking up Natsuo Kirino's Out, which is Japanese crime fiction, which I have never read before. I plan on reading and reviewing this in October for April magazine, so if you keep an eye on my Twitter, I will definitely share that link with you guys once it goes live. But from what I understand, this is some kind of crime story set in the suburbs of Tokyo, and according to my aunt, who actually gifted this to me last year, it is really quite creepy. Then the last book that I'm definitely going to read this fall is Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. Now, I read this for the first time when I was 10, 12, somewhere in that time range. So it's been about 10 years, and I wanted to reread it before watching Howl's Moving Castle, the film, in my Year of Miyazaki series. Then before I get into the rest of the physical books here, I might as well mention the ebooks I have on this TBR, the first of which is A Whisper of Leaves by Ashley Capes. I believe this is a self-published novel, and unfortunately I don't remember a whole lot about it plot-wise, but I do remember that it was some sort of ghost story set in Japan, which obviously sounds like my cup of tea. I thought this would be perfect to read around Halloween because I don't have a lot of other scary stuff on my shelves. Another ebook I have that is hopefully going to be also creepy is The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I almost said Hala Pawkins, My brain's obviously working. This is a book I actually had absolutely no interest in reading, mainly because it was so overhyped and I just didn't want to get my expectations up too high. But then I saw the trailer for the film, and I have to read it now. So yes, this one is also on my TBR. Then the final ebook on this TBR is Star Sand by Roger Pulvers, which is a story about a young girl living in Japan during World War II and what happens when she encounters a fighter pilot. I just remember getting really sucked in by the summary of this one, and it sounded really beautiful, and I've been really enjoying my World War II era fiction at the moment, so hopefully I enjoyed this one as well. Then I do still have more physical books here, so I'm going to go through those real quickly, starting with Operation Shylock by Philip Roth. Now, this one is on my Back to University TBR list for the entire year, and I've kind of been putting it off because I am very intimidated by Philip Roth. I've never read anything by him before, and this one promises to be quite confusing. It is set in Israel, and the first line of the blurb on the back says, "In this fiendishly imaginative book, which may or may not be fiction, Philip Roth meets a man who may or may not be Philip Roth." So it's gonna be weird, it's gonna be confusing, but hopefully I will read it. Then I have a nonfiction book here, which is Bird by Bird, Some Instructions on Writing and Life by Anne Lamott. Now, I have owned this for an embarrassingly long time and never finished it, though I have read sections of this before and found it really beautiful and really easy to read. I'm really into author interviews right now, and I'm really into people just talking about their writing experience, so hopefully this will be everything that I will enjoy. Then this next book, A Pale View of Hills by Kazuo Ishiguro, has been on so many TBR videos that I just gotta read it. This is about a Japanese woman living in England in the aftermath of World War II, and I believe it's just about her kind of reflecting on her experiences during the war and trying to come to terms with what it did to her family. Yes, I'm still going. Next, I have Howard's End by E.M. Forster, which is a book that I honestly don't know a whole lot about. From what I understand, it is about a piece of property or a house called Howard's End, and I believe it's about who inherits this property. I'm probably making this sound very boring, but I recently received A Room with a View by E.M. Forster, so I wanted to read this before getting to that because this has been on my shelf longer. Then this next book is probably going to be a total mistake because it is huge, and that is James Michener's Hawaii. Now, okay, it doesn't look so bad from the front, yes, but oh my god, you guys. Okay, this is exactly 1,030 pages. So definitely not going to finish this. From what I understand, Michener writes these really epic kind of historical sagas about different areas around the US. Both my parents recommended this to me, which is actually why I picked it up. Yeah, we shall see. I would like to just kind of get going on this. I don't expect myself to finish it at all. And finally, if you're still here, the last book on my TBR is The Foxwoman by Keej Johnson. Now, this was also on my Underhyped Reads readathon TBR, but I did not get to it at all, unfortunately, and I've really been wanting to pick this one up, so hopefully I will pick this up, you know, relatively soon. I don't know what that hand motion was. At its most basic level, this is a story about a man who is interested in foxes and about a kitsune or fox who is interested in humans and about what happens when these two meet. So I'm very much looking forward to getting into this one. I love Keej Johnson's writing and the worlds she creates. Alright, so these are all of the books on this autumn, fall, whatever this is, TBR. I don't know if I will be able to get through all of these because I don't tend to read a whole lot in each month, but if I could, that would be fantastic, and if not, I enjoyed making this video. If you guys have made it to the end, thank you so much for watching, and I would love to hear your thoughts on monthly TBR videos and maybe just TBRs in general. And with that, this is the end, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're having a fantastic day and have some good reading plans in your future, and I will see you next time. Bye!